Now your forecast first, sponsored by Mushanti Heating and Cooling, your TempStar dealer.
29 degrees in Normal on our Dr. Lawrence Lee camera. It's a little breezy in the Normal area for this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s and 30s, so there is a little bit of a range in our morning temperatures to get going. As we head in towards the rest of your Friday, though, we're headed for the low to mid 30s this afternoon. We'll give you more details on your weekend coming up.
Coming up this morning, the proposed ban on assault weapons passes in the Illinois House overnight. We'll tell you what comes next for the bill and reaction from Governor J.B. Pritzker, who was on the floor for the vote.
Also reevaluating its operations in the Peoria area. What we know about the KDB Group and how it will affect the Scottish Rite Theater.
WMBD This Morning starts now.
First this morning, after several hours of deliberation, a statewide assault weapons ban is one step closer to reaching a final vote.
The bill passed out of the House early this morning and now moves to the Senate for a vote. Under the current proposal, anyone 18 years old can buy a gun with parental consent. The original bill raised the age to 21. The high-capacity magazine ban would apply to guns that hold 12 rounds or more. Democrats say these weapons pose a threat to communities across the state, but Republicans say this bill will hurt gun owners.
You are turning legal gun owners with this bill into felons.
These are weapons that belong on a battlefield, not at parades or parks or schools or churches.
As of right now, no Senate action on the bill is planned for today. It may come next Tuesday before the new General Assembly is sworn in.
And the House also passed a bill protecting abortion rights and gender-affirming care. The bill protects abortion care providers and people coming from out of state for an abortion from any legal troubles. The bill would allow people access to over-the-counter birth control pills. Representative Kelly Cassidy says this bill will protect access to reproductive health across the state.
We are stating unequivocally that Illinois is a safe place, is a safe haven for people seeking abortion care, for seeking reproductive health care, for people seeking gender-affirming care.
The proposal also requires insurance providers to cover the cost of abortion and gender-affirming care medication. The Senate has a different proposal.
Governor Pritzker releasing a statement following the vote saying in part, quote, "The people of Illinois sent us to Springfield to tackle tough issues, and these bills are historic steps in the right direction." The governor says, quote, "I look forward to working with our colleagues in the Illinois Senate to get bills addressing these issues to my desk so I can sign them as soon as possible," end quote.
And also from our Capitol newsroom, we now have a timeline on when the Supreme Court could weigh in on the SAFE-T Act. Over the next 3 months, the state and state's attorneys will have several deadlines, but oral arguments in front of the court will not start until March, meaning we could have to wait until March to get a ruling.
Fortunately, the Supreme Court generally moves pretty slowly, so this is expedited. You know, we're happy to see that we have a schedule. We're happy to see that we know when this is going to go to hopefully go into effect.
After a Kankakee County judge ruled the elimination of cash bail unconstitutional, the state appealed to the Supreme Court. While the case continues, the court issued a stay ordering all counties to delay getting rid of cash bail.
Back at home, a call to action. Peoria activists and tenants are speaking out against a property management company that issued dozens of notices to get out just before Christmas.
That's right. WMBD's Durante Matthews shows us what's their next move to make sure dozens of people won't end up homeless.
With the clock ticking down until tenants in more than 50 Peoria residences will have to vacate at the end of January, many are asking themselves the same tough questions.
Where are we going to go? What are we going to do?
Rebecca Billings is one of many residents in the city's East Bluff community whose home is owned by company SFR3 and managed by Darwin Homes. She's also among the many who was notified just before the holidays that she had to vacate her home by the end of December.
I don't know how we're going to do it. I mean, honestly, we need more time to move, period.
City sources tell us property managers at Darwin Homes were supposed to issue a notice to vacate to those who were leasing month to month as early as the fall. But for some reason they didn't until around November. Once the issue blew up around the holidays, the city reached out to company SFR3 to extend the process until January. Fast forward to Thursday night, a group of more than 24 people, including tenants, city leaders, and activists, came out to the East Bluff Community Center to discuss SFR3 and Darwin Homes, as well as tenants' current situations and possible solutions.
I would love for Mayor Dr. Rita Ali to make an emergency declaration at least until April 1st for housing moratorium.
She says she would also like to see out-of-state corporate landlords charged a deposit that would go towards helping future tenants find affordable housing if they were to get sudden notices to vacate. 3rd District City Councilman Tim Riggenbach says the meeting helped open his eyes to possible solutions to help keep residents off the street.
I definitely think there's some good ideas out there that I hadn't thought of beforehand. I'll be talking with our city attorneys tomorrow and just throw in some of these things and see what actually can stick.
In Peoria, Durante Matthews, WMBD News.
Riggenbach tells us if people still have housing issues, the city is willing to help. He's encouraging people to reach out to the city's Community Development Department, and they will help so nobody will be left out.
And we have new information about Wednesday's announcement from the KDB Real Estate Development Group. The company, owned by Kim Blickenstaff, announced it will be re-evaluating its operations here in Peoria area. Their decision will impact operations at the Scottish Rite Theater in Peoria and the Betty Jane Center in Peoria Heights. WMBD stopped by the Betty Jane Center and Scottish Rite Theater, but received no comment. The executive director of performing arts for the KDB Group confirmed no events are scheduled at both venues beyond January 14th. We also received a statement from the Peoria Symphony Orchestra. Their executive director writing, quote, "We're deeply saddened by the news of the closing of both the Betty Jane Bremer Center for Performing Arts and the Scottish Rite Theater," end quote. And we do have more of the KDB Group's announcement over on our website, that's ciproud.com.
In the Twin Cities, the second phase of a redevelopment project in North Normal Industrial Park is complete. This morning at 8 o'clock, a ribbon-cutting ceremony is scheduled for the 1 million square foot distribution facility. The project was completed by Phoenix investors and brings life to a chronically vacant building. Rivian has been using the original 500,000 square foot building and will use the second 500,000 square foot addition.
And staying in the Twin Cities, taxpayer money being saved when it comes to public transit. For the first time ever, Connect Transit is not seeking capital funding from either the City of Bloomington or Town of Normal. It's an unprecedented first due to a great availability of federal and state grants, allowing the company to offset some of its cost. Over the last 5 years, Connect Transit has gotten over $50 million in grant money.
And that's without foregoing any capital funding from the city or town. Taxpayers' money will be reinvested elsewhere. $550,000 in Normal and around $800,000 in Bloomington. Grant money has helped Connect Transit purchase buses and improve facilities.
A lot of the pandemic funds, the CARES Act funds and the ARPA funds were used to purchase barriers for the buses on the driver's side of the buses so that they wouldn't have that interaction with passengers and potentially get sick.
While they don't need capital funding, Brown says they're still seeking operating funds. That'll be about $390,000 from Normal and $760,000 from Bloomington. Operating funds help pay drivers and staff.
Now, your local weather authority forecast.
28 degrees in Normal on our Dr. Lawrence Lee camera. It's a little cloudy outside for us this morning. Temperatures are headed for the low to mid 30s. We're going to be above freezing later today. We're also going to see a gradual decrease in our cloud cover, so it's overall not looking too bad outside. Hitting the mid 30s by the afternoon with partly cloudy skies, so we will see plenty more sunshine by the afternoon. That means that the snow that we have is actually going to get a chance to melt. Kyrian.
Molly, thank you. Time now 6:09. Here's a look at traffic this morning. In Peoria, expect a lane reduction along Northeast Glen Oak Avenue near OSF Healthcare St. Francis Medical Center campus. Traffic will be reduced to one lane next Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Crews will be doing construction on OSF's Cancer Institute. The closure will be between the Circle Drive at Hillcrest Medical Plaza to the roundabout at East Pennsylvania Avenue and Wayne Street. In Bureau County, there are lane closures on I-180 from Illinois 29 to Power Plant Road, just west of the Illinois River. The work lasts until November 1st. And in North Utica, there's road work on northbound Illinois 178 at US 6. This work lasts until July 2nd.